So this video is to accompany our technical rider. If you've booked us for a show, whether it's a festival or a venue, this is just to help you prep for our arrival. So all the bands that we do are the same lineup. We do Oasis, the Stone Roses, a covers band called the Replicators, a Paul Weller Jam tribute show, and then a three-piece tribute to the Police. So each of the different shows that we do kind of follows the same stage plan. If we look here, we've got a centre vocal, the main vocal in the middle. We've got a vocal over to the right with a guitar modeler at the floor, an XLR left and right out. Over on the opposite side, we've got the bass, which is a line out, DI out. And then we've got a drum kit, which is usually, for most of the acts, one rack, one floor. For Police, there's an extra rack, so 2 rack, 1 floor. And then an SBD SX track, which is running all our backing track, intro and outros. Here is our in-ear monitor mixer and drum pad. At the top right-hand side, there is a passive DI. It's a little bit quieter than most people like, but it won't cause any problems to front of house. You just have to drive it a little. If at all possible, if we can make space to the left-hand side of the drummer as he looks out and put any wedges or anything else to the right-hand side to allow space for this rack. So this is how we set up for doing Oasis and the Stone Roses, exactly the same for both sets. Here we have the Police stage plan. That centre vocal is now over at the bass. Our singer, when doing Sting, plays bass and sings. So if there is a situation where we're doing a double header where that vocal's moving, often it's fine to just move the centre wedge. I'll talk about monitoring in a second, but to position it somewhere in between for him to hear. And then for the Paul Weller Jam and also the Replicators set, we're back to a 4-piece, that vocal back in the middle, but now our singer is playing guitar with an amp that will require some kind of mic on the amp. So for the in-ear monitors, we make use of a radial catapult box. This splits the 2 vocals and the guitar right and left. And we have 30 meters from the drum kit via a Cat5 EtherCon cable. So wherever you would normally route the XLRs for these 4 items, we can place that box. If the monitor rig already has splits, we can just put this box next to that and take these 4 back to our in-ears. For monitoring, Ian, our singer, will require a wedge. He isn't on in-ear monitors. This usually placed in the centre works well, but if we are doing a Police set, it will need to be more in front of the bass rig. Usually just has its own voice and maybe a bit of whatever instrument he's playing, whether that's bass for the Police or guitar for the cover set or Changing Man or the Jam. Our drummer uses a BC2 butt kicker chair. If it's possible to send a mix of all the shells, kicks, snare and toms to that. If we are pushed for time, sometimes it's acceptable to just use the line out of the BC2, so route the mic from the kick drum through the BC2 and then to front of house. And finally, for monitors, we'll also require a drum mix sent on an XLR to the drum riser where our in-ear monitor mixer is. The pad that does our backing track also does our intro walk-on music. We'll trigger this to loop around about 10 minutes before we're meant to be on stage. If front of house can bring this up in the PA about 1 minute before we're meant to start, we then handle this fading it out going into the first track. Just please leave it at the level that you sound checked it at. We often, unless previously established, will do an encore, so be prepared for us to finish one song early, leave the stage and return. Last of all, if you could make sure there is a vocal delay of around 250 milliseconds, like a John Lennon slapback kind of thing, we find that works really well for our vocals. If you could also make sure that the drum pad is just below the live guitar in the mix. And last of all, that our second vocal is just below the main one. Unless it's an Oasis show, be prepared for Don't Look Back in Anger and possibly some other songs that our Noel will sing solo. Hope that's answered any questions you might have had, and we look forward to seeing you. Bye.